Have you ever woke up and realized I'm not the woman I used to be? And not because someone told you, but because your life looks different. Because you trust yourself in a way that you never have before. Hey, love, I'm Solo. Welcome back to Solo Sanctuaries, the space where women learn to choose themselves again, trust their inner voice, and transform on the deepest levels through intentional solo travel. You've been following this series, and if you haven't, go back and catch up because you're behind. From the breakup of friendships to the intentional solo trip to the power of intention and learning how not to shrink unintentionally. Today we're talking about some moments after all of that. The moment I realized that literally I had become a different person, closer to the woman I was meant to be. And not because everything was perfect, because definitely wasn't and isn't, but because I don't need a reason to choose myself anymore. It's now my go-to. And when I came back from that trip to Mexico, I didn't notice it right away. It didn't hit me in like this big dramatic moment. It showed up in small places. The way I made decisions, previously decisions that I would have agonized over, read 100 reviews, looked at all the pros and the cons, talked to 5 different people, and still at the end let fear chase me out of deciding anything. I don't do that no more. That is not me anymore. I took a number of trips after that Mexico trip, and amongst them was an opportunity to travel to Seattle with the Washington Mystics. The old me would have said, oh, I don't have enough time to plan. It's too expensive. I've traveled enough already. But the new me, girl, I didn't hesitate, okay? Something in me said yes, so I said yes, and we went. And that Seattle trip, top 5. Top 5 best trips ever, hands down. And that was part of the start that let me know I had changed. I had really transformed. I have met so many wonderful teachers, healers, friends, because I was now able to listen to that inner voice inside of me. So there was a retreat announced in Las Vegas, an alchemy retreat that fall. Immediately when I saw it, I knew in my body that I should go because I'm, this new transformed version. I said yes and I booked it. I didn't know her personally. I did not know what to expect, but I knew that it was something that I needed to do. And I remember a friend asked me, well, what's alchemy? I said, girl, I don't know. I didn't even know. But I trusted myself by then. So I signed up. There was no crisis. There was no breakdown, not like before at all. No good reason, just another example of me choosing me. And that's part of how so much in my life transformed. After that retreat, because of experiences I had there, I really realized something huge, that I no longer needed to say I should have any longer. I was either going to act or I wasn't. And I was going to accept that path. Either one. I was no longer living in regret or any second guessing. That's what self-trust looks like. Even when it didn't make sense, even when I didn't understand it, even when I couldn't explain it. And that self-trust didn't just change my decisions, but it re-regulated my nervous system. Around that time, I was dealing with some knee pain. And my physical therapist had mentioned, fascia to me. And I didn't say it out loud, but I did think like, well, what is fascia? I've heard of it before, but I really didn't know what it was. Later that day, I opened up my email, Fascia Summit, starting that day, logged in, signed up, clicked on one video. It was a therapy that I still use today. Something in me just knew. I watched the video. I think maybe it was an hour. I don't even know if I finished it. I knew that it was exactly what I needed. I ordered the blocks and signed up for the membership immediately. Didn't watch another video from that summit. Couldn't tell you anything about anything else that went on. I think it was like a 10-day summit. Girl, don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna say I didn't care, but I knew that what I needed was that one video that I saw. That's great how much they were offering. I didn't need all of that. Because when you're connected to yourself, you just know, and you have that confidence. I didn't need to explore every option. I didn't need to read a bunch of reviews. I didn't need to do research, none of that. And that's how I literally walk through life now. My body opened up, my posture changed, my pains went away. I stood taller. Not just physically, yes, physically, but also emotionally, energetically, spiritually. I became a woman rooted in her own knowing. So, what I'm here to say to you today is, sis, you don't need a crisis to choose yourself. You don't need betrayal, breakup, any of that to force your hand. If you're in that situation, my heart goes out to you, and a solo sanctuary is exactly what you need. But even if you are not, you can still benefit so much from an intentionally planned and aligned solo trip. You can build that level of self-trust with yourself, and you don't have to do it alone. You're exactly why I created Solo Sanctuaries. It's not about the destination or even the trip. It's about becoming the woman who trusts herself again, the woman who doesn't need to justify any of her desires, the woman who chooses herself because she's allowed to. And if you're ready for that, comment sanctuary down below. I'll send you my free solo travel guide. And remember, the journey is always back to you.